Okay, this is Bob Husta, and we're back with Bob's KGS Series. They're running on Game 3 right now. I'm going to go ahead and get a game started. And we won't use auto match unless we have to. I'm going to give it a minute. Maybe we'll look at the first few moves of a game. This is a blitz game. See if I can get a move quickly. Okay, or a game quickly. See how this game is gone. It's a little bit of an unusual opening. We've got a cross joseki here, and a quick approach by white, which black can either answer or take the corner. I think he answered it, and then white takes the corner. You can see black's going for influence, white's going for territory. He extends from this, and usually you back off, but in taking this extension here, he's now saying influence. So it's just kind of a weird board. White comes back with a pincer. My personal preference is to kick first and then pincer high. I like that idea, but with the low stone here, it's not exactly as much of an attacking option because white can just extend with this kama here and he'll be fine. So white pincers the pincer, black kicks, and then caps. I would have jumped. But I guess this is the better direction because this stone, it's a profit before running thing. These stones are fine, so black's going to want to cap first. Okay, so now he's running. He's going to pull back here. White's going to hane. He's either going to jump or hane, depending. Or maybe white will jump out. Okay. Haven't gotten a challenge yet. I guess I should just use auto match because I don't want y'all waiting forever. Let me double check my preferences again. Okay, maximum rank difference. I don't want to do any handicap games yet. Oops. Checking my auto match preferences again. Alright. So now it's 1-dan v 1-dan, which is cool because we've had a 2-dan game. Cut that out. We've had a 2-dan game. We've had a 1Q game that I've played. Now it's 1-dan versus 1-dan. Battle of the Titans. Okay, so I've actually, in one of the games I played this move, and it was a 25-minute time limit, and at this exact moment, the guy waited for over 10 minutes. And so I ended up not using that game. Second reason I didn't use it is because I ended up with a really, really bad position, a resignable position very early in the game. So it wasn't so much that I lost, it was the way that I lost. Okay, so this joseki, he pincered low. I almost always attach here because I like the variations that come from that. We'll see what he does here. Okay, this joseki I don't know as much about, interestingly enough. I can attack, I can just connect here, I can Atari here. If I Atari and he takes and I take, that's one way to do it. If I connect here, he can take this stone, but I can ladder this stone. So let's go ahead and, well, let's see. Yeah, let's do this. I've never played this move before. I always Atari here. But we'll see what he has to do. Can he just extend this way? I guess he can. If he does that, though, there's a lot of aji back there in the corner. I don't know if I'm playing joseki here. I do know that I'm going to get an okay position. Now he has to do this. Can I extend once? Right, I can extend once. That's nice. So my position's okay, but I think I ended up losing out a little bit here. There's some aji in the corner. I don't like the fact that he got to extend here. I should have done that forcing Atari before anything else. So he's doing this. It makes me want to invade the corner, but I really don't like invading the corner early. So I'm just going to, let's see, I could back off far, then he could take the corner, then I can take this framework. I can just take this framework. Kind of like this option. He's got some territory back here and a little bit of influence with the stone peeking out. He's going to build up a framework over here, which I can invade later with this E18 move, or M17 if he plays this. But let's see what he does. If he plays here, I kind of like this better for black. Not so much just because the way that the framework ends up, he ends up with a low stone here, so he's not really building a framework at that point. Okay, so there's a number of things I can do. What I'm going to do, though, I'm just going to expand because I like this little double wing formation I'm getting here. Later, I've got this move, so it's working well with all my stones. So let's just see what ends up happening here. I really need to double check this later, because I think you're supposed to Atari, then he descends, then you go back and do all the stuff that you were going to do, or if he takes the stone, or he can take this stone and then you take this stone here. So there's a number of ways that can go. I'm really not all that bad off with this, though. Okay, so I've got a stone here, and that means that the corner variation that he gets after this isn't extremely severe, but I really don't like him having it, taking my corner. Need to have at least one corner, so I'm going to go ahead and grab it. Now if he does this, he's got a nice framework going along here, so I have to kind of worry about that. But I'll probably just protect the corner back here or jump this way. Very interesting. He's jumping into a pincer. Usually when you jump into a pincer, you're going to at least play this low approach. This just doesn't seem like it's very good for him. I'm really just tempted to protect here. I could try and come under and see what he does. He's not going to drop down. If he drops down, he's dropping into a pincer. Although it's exactly the same as if he had played 03 originally. Let me see. If I jump up, he attaches. I hane, he pulls back. I drop down. The thing is, he doesn't really get much of a base. I mean, he can play here for a base, but I can double hane that and make some influence this way and maybe get a follow-up here. Or, I mean, this is kind of a base for him. I mean, it's like a half a base. I could attach here, which is, I think, what I'm going to do. Because what's going to end up happening is I'm kind of getting him closer to this stone, but not close enough where this stone's misplaced. If I attach, he hanes, I pull back, and he connects. When I jump, or jump here for more secure corner territory, he's going to have a 3-stone that's kind of under attack. So let's see what he does when I attach here. Ordinarily, you don't want to attach to weak stones, but what this is doing is it's clarifying his position into a heavy place, because this stone will become in a very good position relative to this 3 stones if he decides to go for that variation I just talked about. So if he hanes inside, I don't think that's really, I think that's unreasonable, so he can't really do that, and this seems to be pretty workable considering everything on this board. I don't know if he's going to tanuki this, but if he tanukis, I can hane or I can bump, and either way, I feel like this whole exchange favors black. So I'm not exactly sure what he's going to be doing here. We will see, though. That's one of the things about Go. You always get surprised every single game. They're going to play a move you didn't expect. You're going to say, oh, see, like this? Didn't expect that. I'm not entirely certain that it's a good move, but it's good to have moves that you don't expect, that your opponent did not expect. I think all I'm going to do is bump, because it looks like that I'm running into a Hane, but it's really I've got to step up because I've already answered that and he passed. So like, if this was bumping into a Hane and I didn't have this stone here, it would be really bad. But bumping into the stone Hane, he gets to play this, and it's like I've bumped, except that after I bumped, I responded, and he didn't get his double Hane in. So then once I play here, he has to answer that Atari, and then I can either descend this way, or I've got a lot of options. So I think I'm going to do this and just take a lot of territory. Ordinarily, I don't like to take territory, but when it's fourth line, I'll take it. So I get the Atari in. He can try to Hane here first, and then I respond. But, I mean, once I get to play this move, my shape here is fantastic. I've got a 2-space jump against this, so that, I mean, he doesn't really... Basically, he's just given me a huge fourth line corner, and his thickness is negated by my Q10 stone, because it's very strong with the backup of this whole corner being alive. So when he Hanes here, I connect, he does this. He doesn't have a thick wall, he has a heavy group of stones. And they're not going to be attacked right now, but, I mean, maybe I'll attack them right now, and later on they're definitely going to come under fire. So anytime you can get something that looks like this, and he doesn't get to kill you, you can pretty much be satisfied as a player, as a Go player. Anytime somebody gives you a corner like this, just kind of smile. So, he does that. He's not even protecting himself. First thing we have to realize, he owes a move here on a group of stones that would have been it would have been thickish had he played this move, but if we get to go back and play a peep here and descend or jump up, then you can see what's wrong with these stones. So, let's see. I could play this and then descend, and then he turns and these stones are dead, but he gets the Atari on the outside. I could also do this. Let's see. If I do this, he can Atari, descend, and when I descend, he can descend, and then I have to turn this way, and then he gets to jump back here. Oh, I see. Or I could play Atari, he Atari, I connect, or take the stone, he Ataris here, I connect, and then he either plays this tiger mouth, in which case I come down this way, or he plays the 3 stones, in which case I play this, and I'm good to go. I've got the clamp here. He doesn't really have a lot. Well, he can ladder that stone, so. Or I could descend. If I descend, that's a bad move, because then he can just. Ooh, or I could Atari this way. If I Atari this way and he extends and I do this, a lot of options. A lot of options. I think I'm going to Atari down. No, wait. I wanted to Atari down, but this stone doesn't get used in that capacity. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to Atari this way. Now, I'm going to Atari down, and then when he goes here, I am going to descend. That's the safest course. If he Ataris here, it's not worth anything. The reason I did all of this is because, I mean, he does get to Atari, and then Atari me down to make me take these 2 stones. But the reality is, once he gets this group and connects here, he's got 2 weak groups. So he doesn't really have anything worthwhile here. This group is still weak. He's got Aji here. This is a lot of Aji. That's why I had to read it. So he gets a move like that for free. But he can just connect solidly. And he's got himself a string of stones that still needs to be defended. Because this is a peep, this is a peep, this jump or extend or descend down, and all of this is going to make a wall, which helps me to solidify this side. So right now I would say that black has the advantage. White has territory in the corner, which we can consider this a balance. I've got this territory and he's got this framework. And when you're looking at a framework, he's going to get about half of it as territory. If I make a move in here, he'll get this corner and I'll get this. And he'll probably get a few points here, but I get a few points here too, and this kind of balances out. So he's got about 2 corners worth, and I've got 1 regular corner and 1 ridiculously huge corner. So I would say black's up by about maybe 5-10 points. I mean, it's not really a huge amount, but at this stage of the game, you could consider it pretty huge. Since I consider these stones to be semi-weak, I'm going to defend here, because this S10 makes him a base, and then he becomes ridiculously alive, not just strong. And then the second thing is, I want to be able to make moves like this and this, start to get some central presence, while forcing him to connect up and wonder about his own eye shape. So I think if I play a move here, he should really play a move right here or here to help defend this entire area. Also, I get this clamp later. Oh, yeah. I don't really like that move. He's saying, I'm going to take this whole top side, and I don't care about these stones. He wants me to attach to this, I guess, and build up strength, or maybe he doesn't want me to do that. But as I build up this strength, I'm working towards this cutting point, and so and this is another group that has become weak. So I think what I'm going to do, because I have ways in here and I've got invasion points, I'm going to attach to this stone and ask him why he played it, because it really should have been right here. Let me see. Pretty sure this is the only way to go. Maybe the attachment wasn't all that great. Ah, that is an interesting deal there. He's trying to come in here and get a cut on either side. But I think before he gets the opportunity to come through my position, I'm going to come through his position. He's got to answer here. Unless he wants to push straight through. I got some more territory here, but I'm starting to fear this. This is pretty much a huge amount of influence. So it might have been a mistake for me, but I did get a huge right side. I mean, this whole right side is mine. He doesn't have a way. I mean, there's some aji here because of this little push through that he may be able to take advantage of. But overall, I'm still feeling like I'm doing okay. I just need to really make sure about this framework. Stone right here can be something that I need to worry about. You know, if I can get E18 in, I'll feel very, very confident in my game. If I can't, I'll have to do some kind of light invasion. Notice that these stones, while they're very strong, there's aji with these stones, so I get two free forcing moves in this area, maybe this. Hold on a second, I got a friend PMing me here. And that is not a move that I really care about at all. He just played a move right next to my living stones. So notice whenever I'm talking about moves I care about, it usually involves life and death potential. So these stones, I mean, he can play here, and then I can run out. I've got thickness here. I've got some peak points here that I can grab some extra stones off of. I can attach here. He really doesn't have much in the way of potential in terms of you know, giving me something to worry about with this group. So in essence, what he did was, let's consider all of this as already being territory. He just added 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you know, maybe 10 points in pure territory, and that's it. So the interesting thing is, I've seen a lot of professionals play this move first, and I think it was because when they were pushing, people would come in and pincer on the other side or something. So I'm going to try it. Once he follows up, which that's a pretty okay follow-up. If he descends now, I've got this attachment. If he jumps, then I've got the push. Once I push and he does this, once I clamp and he connects, then I can hane here and he can hane and I can connect for a little bit of a mini base with some potential to run out into the center. So he doesn't have a lot of territory in this area. He's got this left side. He's got this, which is going to be about 15 to 20 points. He's got this, which has no potential to expand now. This has become like a Yose move. I mean, it does peep at the aji just a little bit, but this is not really a lot of aji, because even if he turns, I can hane here. So now with this attachment, I mean, yeah, he got an extra move into the corner, but this is, well, it could be bad for me. We'll see. We will see. Oh, okay. He's going for a fight. He's saying, I'm going to take this territory too, and then these stones versus these stones are going to be a fight. And now he's saying, you can just connect up. I'll take that little tiddly bit, which I think, again, I'm okay with this result. Because, I mean, yeah, he's kind of taking these stones, but I just gained territory. And the two stones still have a lot of aji. I mean, this is a huge amount of aji. If he's going straight for the center, I've got this attachment to reduce it. Notice all these calm thoughts that are coming from my head. Normally, if I'm playing a game on my own, I'm going, oh shoot, I can't believe he did that. Oh dang, I'm in a lot of trouble. So don't think that I'm always like this. You guys are calming me down. You're helping me out. So I really appreciate your effect on my game. It's making things a lot easier. If he extends, I can jump. If he doesn't, and once these 2 stones, I'll just Atari him straight down and wipe out all that territory he thought he was making. That might have been a little bit of an overplay. Yeah, he's trying to seriously attack me. First things first. Jump out. Get the heck out of there. Okay. Now if I Hane, I could do this. This is a very light jump. I kind of like it, but I might get sealed in. I really hate the fact that I got 20-second BO Yummy. And for me, this is like an instant of a millisecond. It's just not a lot of time. So let's see. If I do this, he'll do that. If I do this and he comes up, actually I think I'm going to do this. Because he can do this. This might be a bad idea. This might have been a really bad idea. But we'll see. No, I think we're fine. I think we're okay. Because he's going to get these stones. Or, I mean, he can have them. Because the thing is, now I'm in here, which means this whole area is coming under the influence of my stones, which means I gained more territory here, and then I traded him this, which he traded me for this. Okay. This stone does not get to live. I think we're pretty much over with this game. Yes, you may have those. Now I can Hane, but I don't need to Hane. I can jump down and take all of this for my own, which I'm doing that. I'm going to do that. So he's got this corner. He doesn't have this corner anymore, which is good. It's good that he doesn't have that. If he did have that, I wouldn't be as happy. Ooh, let's see. I can extend. Oh, yeah, he can have those stones back. He can get those back. Now, let's see. If I do this... I think this works. Got 3 liberties. Let's just hope. He's got 2. Okay. So there's 2 ways that I can handle this. I could do this, which I'm going to. So he still only has 2 liberties here. So he has to do this, and then I can do one first and then the other. Yeah, and these stones are still dead. Don't ask me if I read that out. I'll probably lie to you. But he's still dead. If he Ataris... See, this is where you can be very happy with your game, because he's he's being desperate now. He doesn't have anything. He knows he doesn't have anything. So the best thing to do at this point is just to keep playing and not to worry about what he's trying to do. Okay? Protect what's important. Everything else is his. He can have it. So, like, he can live back in this corner. I don't care. Because I still have enough. In fact, he's probably not alive back here. And you'll often find that if you just protect what's important, you'll get both things that you wanted. I could have said, oh no, the corner and this, and tried to juggle two things. Instead, I'm like, these stones are very, very nice. This corner is, it's okay, it's good. But grabbing these stones is more important, and then I get thick on the outside, and if he's not alive, then he's not alive. And it really kind of looks like he's just not. If he descends here, I Atari here. If he plays this, it doesn't work. If he connects here, I've got this throw in. If he descends here, I Hane here. If he takes this stone, I descend. So I don't have to worry about him playing this move, because now if I get to play this move, I'm very happy with that. It's kind of a Mii situation. Ooh, that's kind of nice. So I play this first. If he descends, I can still Hane. If he doesn't descend, then I can just push here. So if he descends, when he descends here, it's going to be Sente, because I have to connect back here. So I can play this. He descends. I connect. He Ataris. I connect. I'm good. These are the little things that are the life and death. And once this is dead, I think he's going to resign. So I do this, because I'm still peeping at this shape point. He doesn't have an eye here except in Gote. Even if he decides he wants an eye there, I have to worry about liberties with this group, so, okay. See, these are the things, when you connect solidly, that you don't really have to worry about what they're trying to do. Because he's just trying to, I think he's going to set up a ko here. If I Atari, he can ko. But there are things that are, yeah, that's a pretty good move. Let's see. I think what I'm going to do is jump up here. Because it's still the middle game. And this center, he can get a fair few points here. I just want to make sure that that center doesn't get anything. I'm thick here, so I can do a little bit of a lighter jump. And I'm aiming at this type of Aji here. Not sure what that was about. He's just giving me more ins to his position. These two stones, if he ends up with them, that's okay. Okay. Just want to make sure that I'm connected up. So this little turn, it negates all of this. And if you notice, I can negate all of this with this thickness here. I could make a move probably even as crazy as that one. Back even in here. Something like this or this. Because as he's pushing me to keep me away from this, I'm just moving closer to this thickness. Then I can dodge left, dodge right, make a connection. I need to worry about these cut points, so this isn't true thickness, but I've got a move like B17, which I'm going to use pretty soon. I've got the descent, which he's going to give me an, I don't know if you would call that sente or what, but when he does this, I do this. No, I don't even do that. If he cuts here, I just turn. If he descends, then Atari. Thanks for playing. It was fun. So this was a crazy game. Okay, I may have sounded calm, but I'm not sure why I did, because dude, I was freaking out at points. Okay, so this really doesn't extend from this position here, so I'm not sure if it's not really extremely standard. A lot of people like this 2-space high. It's not. It may even just be a matter of style, but I don't see this very often. Now, with this, like I said, when he Atari's under, a lot of times I'll play this move first, and I really don't know how this joseki goes, because 9 times out of 10, people will Atari on top, and I've got this one down to a T. But when they do this, it's something I need to look at. And I'm not saying to memorize joseki or anything. I mean, you'll see in the bottom right, I got a hugely good result by not even thinking about joseki. You know, just thinking about what the different positions of the stones were and everything like that. With this cut, I get the ladder and sente, and I'm kind of okay with this position. I've still got aji back here. In fact, that's a reason why later I might have wanted to put a stone here or here, because once I drop here, then all of a sudden this kind of opens up a little bit. So let's see what's going on. He got a little bit of a framework. I've got a little bit of a framework, and I wanted to mess with my framework first, just to, you know, give just a hair of help to these stones, because they are surrounded by white. It's not a lot of help, and it doesn't need a lot of help. They're just kind of, I like the overall effect. I like the follow-up move here, you know, just a kind of a situation like this, and then you can imagine, you know, some kind of move like this, and I've got a really nice framework. These moves are odd, but when you have thickness, you can think about a move like this, because when they attach to try and fight, you have the opportunity. Let's see if that ladder doesn't work, then I can't do this. But all of a sudden, you know, you've got backup to help with the fight. You know, this may not have been a good VAR, a good variation to work with that. Could have also thought about something like this later. You know, but just extending off the framework is one thing you want to think about, and building a framework when you have thickness, it's really good for that. So there's a variation in the corner. I'm not going to go over it. If you want to see it, it's in one of Batusai's Taigam games. He has a lot of them, but the thing is, you should watch all of them. Even if you're just looking for this, you'll learn a lot of other stuff. And his name on YouTube is DWYRIN. I think it's Dwirin, DWYRIN. So just look for it. He's really, really good, and his videos are excellent. I've learned a lot from them. This, I just got too much. I mean, you can see this. Once I descend, he doesn't really have a huge amount of aji from the cut points, because this stone covers this, and honestly, these 3 stones have too many liberties. So it's just, I'm good here. I was looking for this move from him. You know, it's just one of the standard moves. He's pretty well set up here now, but this thickness isn't doing much. I got too much territory, and he didn't really get anything good. So I think that's why he cut. He was looking for more. And I don't know if S10 was great. I don't know if this move was great. This may have been a bad move. But you can see the weird connection between these 2 stones. But he's thick. So when he hanes inside like this, he's almost justified in doing so. And this, after I extend, this move was very interesting. I did not see this. If I connect here, these stones, I mean, they can just get captured. And, you know, I've still got this thing where I can come through, but now he can just protect. And these stones are dead. These stones aren't doing anything, so it's kind of weird, but it was an interesting little peep. I can't connect against that peep as far as I can see. 9 times out of 10, you want to connect. Even when you don't want to connect against the peep, because everything that you want to do right now, you can definitely do it after you connect, but you'll find that things will happen that make it so that you really couldn't do it and you only thought you could, and so you A, didn't get to connect, so he gets that follow-up, and B, possibly because of that follow-up, things that you thought worked just suddenly don't work. This was a very slow move. Everything you do and go, you want to make about weakness and strength of your own groups. The only time you want to take a big move is when there's nothing to attack, which right now is a good time for a big move. This is solid, 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 this is solid. There's nothing to attack. Big move. This is a huge move, and it's a lot better at making this center built up. So that's the kind of move that I like more than this, because this is about attacking, but it's attacking a group with an eye, a second eye here. It's really hard to take an eye away from it, and it can jump, and it's got thickness nearby, so it's not really weak at all. So this was his attempt to be very severe. I think he wanted to kill off anything that was in his area, but if you let him kill off things, he'll find that eating stones gives him indigestion. And that's all you're looking to do. If you were to do this, I can Atari here and then do this, and he's got a shortage of liberties. So I'm getting all of these stones on the outside for him capturing this little area. And once he became thick here, the thing is, he actually wanted to come around and force me to live in this area. Instead, he tried to kill it and let me live outside, which is very much better for me, because that's what I wanted to do in the first place. I don't care if he takes the top, because the center is getting too big for him. He gets another move in here, and he gets a huge center. So he's trying to fight, but, you know, just letting me back through this way, now instead of this being his thickness and his white area, it is now a black wall that negates this, and he gained this, which is really small. He also gave this up, so he didn't gain here. He profited here and here, but I got a lot for that. So I think that that was a great exchange for black. And just by taking this, now I've got this area. So I took his top side. It's not like it's no man's land. I got the top, he got this little left top, and then he got the corner that he already had in the first place. So now, again, because these stones have already done a lot of work for me, I'm not very concerned about them. I'm not thinking, hey, I need to get a lot of work from them. And even still, like here, I might have should have done this. And just not even worry about the fact that he wants this area, because it's already his. So now I get to trade the outside for that, and maybe a move like this. Suddenly I'm connecting up. I'm very solid with this group, and he's got this, and this for territory. I've got this, which I think I'm okay with that. So going on, I got in a little bit of a spot of trouble here. Jumping out was a good option, but now during the game I really didn't like this move, but now once I saw the ability to sacrifice these stones, I was like, okay, this is a light play, and it's very, very good for black. It is not good at all for white. Just watch him push me across the board. So now I get to take the whole left side. And these stones were already his. He gained this, and I gained this. So again, and I'm also peeping into his corner. So during Jose, I'm going to be able to come in here too. The only thing he has left is this center. And so he should immediately be trying to do something like this. I mean, this is a very broad move, I've got ways in. He could try something like this. You know, I've got kind of a way in here. This might get killed off. You know, he'll probably try and kill it. That may be the best move for me, because when he tries to kill it, I can do the same kind of squirrely stuff I've been doing all game. So now that we see this, it probably would have been better for him to play this first and then play this, because now he can Atari. So I still had a lot of bad Aji back here, but if he would have played this move first, I couldn't play this extension. I could Atari and then extend, and then he's still dead. So maybe that would have worked out. But I think he should have bumped back this way to take a lid from me first. So here, he probably... Oh wait, he got everything. Okay. Yeah, and it was just weird that he died in two places, because I was trying to let him live. I mean, I always try and let my opponents live. That's how you play Go, isn't it? Just let them live and live. I mean, I don't want to kill anybody. Okay, so, you know, the game's over here. Oh, and this is where he resigned. So, yeah. Okay, thank you very much for watching this game. I hope it was enjoyable and you learned something. As always, feedback is appreciated, and just let me know maybe if you want to see something, a particular type of game.